And a good evening, everyone, and welcome here to our game of the week. We're down in Montgomery County tonight, where the Vardaman Rams will try to complete an undefeated season, 10-0 in the year, taking on the 2-8 Montgomery County Hornets here tonight on a Thursday night edition of our game of the week. And Mitchell, Vardaman has a chance to do something not a lot of teams have done, and that's go undefeated here in the regular season, and they should have a pretty easy victory here tonight.
I would think so. As you mentioned, this team 2-8 on the year so far, this 2000 campaign. Vardaman's fielded a team this year that arguably the best team Vardaman's ever had on the field since the beginning of the school. So, you know, hopefully they come away with a big win here tonight and go into the playoffs with head steam as well.
Ken, you've seen the Rams a lot this year. Of course, they've already clinched #1 in the region 1-1A this year, and they will play either French Camp or Greenville St. Joseph next week. Tonight, you just want to keep everybody healthy and come out here and perform well and be in a good position going into the playoffs.
That's true, and the way things are right now, it is expected that Vardaman will be able to have things in hand early. So after the OD meter stops, they should be able to get some folks in here, younger folks, to preserve the folks for next week's playoff game.
Well, Mitchell, we'll talk more in the telecast tonight about the playoff situation. If Vardaman win tonight, of course, they are the #1 seed. They will host the first-round game, and then, of course, assuming they win that game over French Camp or Greenville St. Joseph, then they will have to go on the road to either play Ware, Calhoun City, or Smithville. So that's what you're looking for right now if you're a Vardaman Ram fan.
That's exactly right. And, you know, as they always say, the playoffs are the second season, and anything can happen. Any given team can have a bad night, and if you do, one loss and you're eliminated. So hopefully Vardaman can remain healthy, and this latter part of the season, last regular season game tonight, as Ken mentioned a moment or two ago, and, you know, best wishes to the Rams this year.
You know, Ken, the Rams are averaging 53.5 points per game on offense this year. We talk a lot about that potent offense, but the defense is only giving up 5.5, so that's a good combination right there. They're really blowing out the opponents tonight. Montgomery County is a team that has struggled this year, only 2 wins, so we don't, you know, expect much of a game tonight. We'll see what happens.
That's right. A lot of times Montgomery County is noted for their basketball program, so they really look forward for the early winter to start down here. On the, as you mentioned, on the other side of the ball, Vardaman is good on both sides, and a lot of times when other teams score on them, it's because they brought in a lot of their younger folks, so they are solid on both sides of the line.
We're looking forward to Ram football here tonight here in Montgomery County. We're going to take a break here from some of our sponsors. We'll be back with some pregame talk and the kickoff, so stay with us, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, here to Montgomery County High School, where tonight the Vardaman Rams will be taking on the Montgomery County Hornets. As the Rams come into this game, as we told you in the opening, 10-0 on the season, trying to go undefeated here tonight and move on into the playoff action next weekend, as they'll host the first round. We do know that Vardaman has already clinched Region 1-1A. The Hornets on the other side are just finishing out the year. They're 2-8 on the year, and hoping for an opportunity to pull an upset here tonight, but it's going to take a major task to beat these Rams. I'm Don Brooks, joined by Mitchell Johnson, Ken Johnson, and also Rob Morgan, the entire crew down here tonight for a big matchup here on Thursday night. And Mitchell, I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to this football game here tonight. Just to see these Rams is a treat. They can really put some points on the board, and that defense is pretty stiff also.
Oh, absolutely. So far this season, the Rams have scored 534 total points. They've allowed their opponents only 54 points, which in itself is an amazing statistic for this 2000 campaign.
Rams taking the field. They'll be wearing their visiting white uniforms tonight with the blue headgear and the blue trousers. Montgomery County will be the home team in the green jerseys with the white pants and the green helmets. Vardaman under the direction of head coach Mark Bray, the longtime Ram coach. The head coach for the Hornets is Mr. Lewis Ziegler at the helm for the green and gold here tonight.
Don, while we have the opportunity to give the fans a little scenario as far as the opening round of the playoffs are concerned, Vardaman will play at Carter Field next Friday night against the winner of the French Camp Greenwood St. Joe's contest. The following week, the Rams will travel to either Ware, Calhoun City, or Smithville for the second round of the playoffs, as, of course, they are fortunate enough to make it past the first round of the playoffs this year.
my community. Please stand for the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're thankful this night for an opportunity to gather on this field of competition. We pray, Father, that each player on each team has within their heart to play a game, Father, that will bring honor and glory to your name. That each person here, each spectator, the referees, each person that's responsible for this game would conduct themselves, Father, in a way that will bring honor to your name. We pray that you would watch over this activity tonight. Bless us, Father, as we participate in viewing and watching and playing, and we just pray that you would be with each one on that journey home. So we pray that you would keep the players safe from injury, Father. Just watch over them, lead, guide, and direct. Give us what we feel, Christ.
As we're going to lead into now, we're not going to have a national anthem. We're going to say the pledge of allegiance. So if you'll face the flag, we'll say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're moments away from kickoff here at Montgomery County, and if you're watching at home, don't adjust your set. It's a little bit dark here because we don't have a whole lot of lighting at the Montgomery County football field, but we're going to try to get you the best we can here tonight as the Vardaman Rams. Mitchell's already told you a little bit about the scenario. Of course, tomorrow night, a lot of that will be depending on the Smithville-Calhoun City game, as the Wildcats will travel over to Smithville tomorrow night. The winner of that game will be the number 3 seed in that division and will travel to Ware. And then, of course, that will be the winner that Vardaman would play, assuming that they win the first round of the playoffs. The loser of that game will travel down to Durant. So if you're Coach Mike Ray, it's pretty much pick your poison here, Mitchell. You go to either Ware or Durant. It won't be easy either way.
Oh, you've got that right. No question about it. Both schools fielding very solid ball clubs this year. Their hands full tomorrow night at Smithville. We saw a game earlier this year we filmed at Smithville between these Rams and the Seminoles, and Smithville had like a 2-touchdown lead at halftime. Vardaman fortunate enough to come back and win it in the closing moments of the ball game.
Back deep for the Rams here, Greg Horton, number 2, along with number 5, Travis Pratt, are back deep to receive. Kicking off for the Hornets is Golston. He kicks it straight down the middle. It's going to be fielded by Horton at the 15-yard line. Horton trying to pick a seam, and he does have one. He's the 45, the 50, trying to beat the kicker Golston, and Golston makes the tackle at the Hornets' 31-yard line. An excellent return on the play. 54-yard return that time by Horton. And so the Rams are in good position here to start their opening drive, 1st and 10 at the Montgomery County 31-yard line.
Greg Horton's been very impressive this year. He's a running back, 180-pounder, a sophomore, so he's got a couple of more good years ahead of him over at Vardaman High School.
Vardaman comes into this football game, of course, one of only 9 schools in the state of Mississippi undefeated on the year at 10-0, and they're going to come out with their freshman quarterback, Brian West, running out of the I formation with Edmondson and Armstrong in the backfield, and West wants to throw. He's going to go for all the marbles right here at the beginning. The touchdown pass is caught by Travis Pratt on the first play of the game. Travis Pratt that time beat the cornerback to the end zone on a post pattern and makes a sliding catch about 3 yards deep to put the Rams on the board here only 18 seconds into the football game.
Rams draw first blood early here, as you mentioned, on the receiving end of that TD pass. Travis Pratt, wide receiver, 160. He's a senior. He's been very impressive this year as well, part of that potent Ram offensive, defensive, and special teams attack.
Jose Guerrero will attempt the PAT here to try to put the Rams up 7-0. Snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good just through the left side of the upright. So very quickly, as quick as you possibly can, score just about. A one-play drive, 32 yards on the drive, and Vardaman's on the board, 7-0 here against Montgomery County.
Tell you what, Don, we have a total list here of the scores of all the games Vardaman has been in this year. We'll go down that roster when we have the opportunity, but there have been some real blowouts, needless to say, as you fans well know.
I want to let you this game is brought to you here tonight on TV7, TV34 by the Pizza Palace in Bruce. Daily buffet. They serve it Monday through Saturday. Also, Grassani Rebel Motors on West Jackson Avenue in Oxford. Classic Exteriors over in Houston. for professional vinyl siding installation. Go see them over at Classic Exteriors. Also, Palin Wholesale Furniture in Palin on Highway 8 West. And Calhoun Apparel Incorporated in Calhoun City. All glad to be bringing you this football game here tonight. We'll tell you also about some of the other games that are coming up tomorrow night, as we will be having the Bruce Trojans finishing out their season at home against Winona. And we already talked about Calhoun City heading over to Smithville for a key Region 1 1A matchup. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded back at the 6-yard line. And that's going to be number 35, McCaskill. And McCaskill is surrounded and dropped around the 15-yard line. Minimal return on the play that time. Good special teams work that time by the Rams.
He was hammered by several Ram defenders on special teams. Included among those defenders was Preston McGregor. McGregor is a freshman, 180-pounder. Another impressive stat on the Rams this season has been their play out of their freshmen and sophomores this year. As you fans know, again, the head coach there, Mark Bray, taking a lot of his seniors and juniors out of the ball game in the second half of play, and these freshmen and sophomores performed tremendously.
Both of these teams are starting a freshman quarterback tonight as number 18, Aaron Purnell, a 5'6", 125-pound freshman, is the quarterback here for the Hornets tonight. Looks like they're going to open out of the power I formation. 3 men in the backfield behind Purnell. They're going to pitch it back to the tailback, and he is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got back to the line. McCaskill, the ball carrier that time. He's a senior, 5'11", 212. Knocked down for going to be a loss of 1 back to the 14-yard line.
You can credit Odie Armstrong with the stop defensively. He's a senior as well, 210-pounder. Nice play on his part.
Purnell comes all the way to the sideline that time to get the play from Coach Ziegler. It's 2nd down and 11 here for the Hornets. Very small crowd here on the Montgomery County side tonight. A very quiet atmosphere. Of course, a lot of Ram fans made the trip down here for a Thursday night football game, as you see them across the way. The give is to the second man through. That's the tailback, McCaskill, and he's up to about the 20-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 6 on the play, and a gang of Rams there to make the stop. It'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Hornets.
Trent Edmondson in on the stop defensively. He's a junior 150-pounder, doing a nice job among a couple of other Ram defenders.
Possession play coming up here for Montgomery County on 3rd down and 5. They're going to send Golston wide to the right now and run out of the I formation on 3rd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. McCaskill is going to have the first down across the 25-yard line out to about the 28. That'll be enough to move the chain. So a nice run by McCaskill, a pickup of 8 on the play. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Montgomery County.
McCaskill doing a nice job on individual effort that time. He was popped in there pretty nicely, but managed to keep those feet moving and get enough yardage to justify a Hornet first down.
1st and 10 to go here for the Hornets from the 27-yard line is where they're going to put the football down. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Rams already up 7-0. 4-man defensive front. The give is to the fullback this time as a penalty marker down as he is hit around the 28-yard line. A pickup of only 1 on the play.
It's going to be a little early movement, I think, along the offensive front, Don. Should be a 5-yard assessment working against the Hornets here.
Number 40 was your ball carrier. We do not have him listed on our roster tonight. Penalty is declined by Vardaman, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play. Second down, 10 yards to go for the Hornets. They're going to keep it on the ground on the end around this time, looking for some running room. Not much there. It's going to get up maybe to the 30-yard line, and that's it. Gain of 2 on the play.
Rams with that punishing defense doing a nice job going laterally to stop the play for a little gain, if any. As you mentioned, bring up a 3rd down here. It looks to be about 7 or 8 to go for the first now.
That was Jeremy Butts on the carry that time out of the wing back position. They tried to get him outside. Couldn't do so, and this Ram defense has some good speed.
We mentioned earlier about limiting their opponents, and as far as points are concerned this year, I think he limited them like 54, 55 points all season, so they've done a tremendous job this year.
Third down, 8 yards to go. Purnell wants to throw now, looks to his left, swings it out, and it's going to be complete. Hit immediately, though, around the 35-yard line, shy of the first down. Number 82 on the reception, Douglas Butts that time, a freshman, made the catch. But it will bring up fourth down, and Montgomery County now will see if they elect to try to go for it here. If they're going to punt it away, it'll be fourth down and about 3.
Greg Horton and John Harden collaborated on the stop defensively in that particular pass play. As you mentioned, 4th and 2 or 3 to go. Punting situation for the Hornets.
4th and 2, and they're going to kick the football away here. Too early to take any type of gamble here in your own territory, and dropping back deep to kick it away will be McCaskill. Horton and Harden are back deep. Here come the Rams, going to try to block it. They get it off. He kicks it straight up in the air. Everybody gets away from it. It's going to take a Vardaman bounce at the 42-yard line. There's a penalty marker down. We may have a Vardaman player running into the kicker here, and that is going to be the call. Roughing the kicker against the Rams will give Montgomery County here a first down.
New life being breathed into this Hornet offensive possession as a penalty being called against the Rams, as you mentioned. And there should be a 15-yard assessment, I would assume. That should put the ball close to the midfield stripe.
That punt looked exactly like Mitchell's approach shot to the green. A high shot that came backwards about 2 yards.
Oh, man, in my dreams, I'm telling you. I wish.
Major penalty assesses against the Rams here, and it's all the way to the 49-yard line of Vardaman. So Montgomery County now has excellent field position. They huddled about 30 yards off the line of scrimmage that time.
Tell you what, Don, we might get some of those golf tips from Adam. We're talking about that coming over here tonight. What do you think?
First and 10, and a movement along the right side by the tight end that time was going to cost the Hornets 5 yards here. Speaking of the right side, Mitchell, they have a big right tackle over there. Looking at number 74, Jerwayne Horton, 6'5", 350, just a sophomore.
That's right. He's going to do some more growing for the next couple of years, and he will be a giant, no question about it. Along the pork chop Womack size, I would think, by the time he's a senior over here at Montgomery County.
First and 15 now, back at the 46-yard line. They're going to give it to the fullback this time. There's a fumble on the play. Picked up by Pratt, and then Pratt lost it, and there's a dive for it, and I think Montgomery County got it back.
I think you're correct. It was a wild play, as you mentioned. A couple of fumbles involved in that particular possession. Luckily for the Hornets, they came up with a loose ball, however. They'll have possession with a big loss. It'll be marked back around the 43, 44-yard line.
So that'll go down in the books as a turnover for both teams. As Hornets fumbled it away, and so they're going to have a first and 10 now after the possession changed that time. So it'll be first and 10 for the Hornets at the 43.5-yard line. 6:57 to play here in the first quarter. Vardaman on top 7-0. Movement along the line, and I believe they may call Vardaman for jumping off sides here, unless one of the Montgomery County players moved, and evidently they did not. It's offsides. Oh, yeah, they are going to call offsides against Montgomery County. Most of the time you see that call as an illegal procedure, but they are going to back them up 5 yards. It'll be first and 15 once again back at the 39.
Evidently an offensive lineman flinched. That's what drew the defensive end for the Rams offsides that time.
McCaskill in motion here on first and 15. Purnell wants to throw. Slings it over the middle. Has a man open right through his hands. Incomplete. The pass was a little bit behind the intended receiver, James Weems, but still a very catchable football as he looked like he might have tried to run a little before he hauled it in. It'll be third or second down now and 15.
Weems could have heard footsteps that time, but once the quarterback gets the ball in the hands of the receiver, he loses his receiver's responsibility. The quarterback is free of any responsibility if he gets the ball that close to the intended receiver.
Second down and 15. Mitchell, is so quiet in here, I almost feel like I need to whisper. Kind of like when we did the Yoda Creek golf tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's the give on a reverse. McCaskill swinging around the corner. He gets a good block. 45. McCaskill tries to cut it back against the grain, and he's close to a first down at the Ram 47-yard line. Looks like he may have it.
Good run on McCaskill's part. And on the stop for the Rams was John Harden. He's been busy already tonight defensively. He and two other Rams with a stop. That's going to bring up a third down here and a short 2, a long 1 to go for the first.
Yeah, Montgomery County didn't get a real good favorable spot for them that time. They're going to mark it just shy of the 47, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 facing the Hornets here. Ken Johnson's with us tonight. He's going to have some stats for you here at the end of the first quarter as well. Right now, Montgomery County doing a good job of keeping the football and keeping it out of the hands of that potent Ram offense. And there you see the fullback carrying it forward for a first down to the 43-yard line.
Again, that was the number 40, who unfortunately we don't have a listing for in our roster, but they will move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets.
Next time out, we'll try to find out who number 40 is for you, but it'll be 1st and 10 here for Montgomery County at the Ram 43-yard line. So they're doing a good job of, with the time of possession here, keeping the football. They got it after the Rams scored only 18 seconds into the game. Montgomery County has run off about half the quarter clock here. And McCaskill is going to be hit and driven backwards that time. Number 45, Jonathan Denley, made the initial hit, then got some help from his teammates. It'll be a loss on the play back to the 44.5-yard line is where they'll put it down, so it'll be 2nd down and 11.
Odie Armstrong also had a hand in the stop defensively for the Rams. Clock is now 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter and counting. Your score is Vardaman 7, Montgomery County 0.
On this possession, Vardaman has run 10 plays and have gotten 42 yards in total offense, and thus far number 40 has been the big ball carrier.
2nd down and 11. Once again, the tight end is going to be whistled for a false start here as he moved before the snap of the football, so that'll be 5-yard penalty against Montgomery County and force them into a 2nd down 16 situation.
The penalty situation thus far, Montgomery County 3 penalties, 15 yards. Vardaman 1 penalty, 15 yards.
And that was a crucial penalty against the Rams. It kept this drive alive after the short punt. Vardaman was going to be in excellent field position, but the roughing the kicker call allowed Montgomery County to continue to work on the football. There's a pass out in the flat, and it's complete. Armstrong makes the stop that time, but a nice pickup for Caleb Tedder.
Actually done that was Marvin Golston
I'm
from
sorry.
Montgomery County. He is a 5'9", 154. He's a freshman. Great grab on his part, but as you mentioned, he was really leveled in there by Odie Armstrong with the stop. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 to 4 yards on the play.
Good job of open field tackle that time by Odie. And it will set up 3rd down, 7 yards to go from the 40-yard line in Vardaman territory. Three men in the backfield now. They pitch it back in the backfield. A fumble on the play, and I think the Rams are going to have it. Number 3 coming in to make the recovery. That's Tony Shaw. And so Montgomery County moved the football well, but they turned it over here, and so the Rams are going to get it back here in good field position at their own 44-yard line.
That's exactly right, and I think the Hornets did a pretty nice job of mixing the run and the pass to keep the Ram defense a little off balance there. They should start regaining their senses here momentarily once they get on the other side of the football here.
1st and 10 for the Rams at their own 44-yard line. 2nd possession of the night. The first one only took them 1 play to get to the end zone. Here's Armstrong. He's got all kind of running room up the middle. Armstrong breaks into the open to the 30. He's to the 20, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Odie Armstrong, 66 yards on his first time he touches the football here tonight.
Where have we seen that before, Don? I'll tell you what, this guy's Mr. Everything preseason, Mr. Everything during the season. Odie, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and demonstrated some of that speed. And some of that run you can't teach. He was dodging would-be tacklers in the defensive secondary for the Hornets and just weaved his way in and out of traffic into the end zone to put 6 more up on the board for the Rams.
Guerrero will attempt the extra point here with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter as he'll try to push the lead out to 14. The kick is up, and it is good. With 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter, it's the Vardaman Rams 14 and the Montgomery County Hornets nothing. We're going to take a station break. You're watching Ram football here on TV7, TV34. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone, here to Montgomery County on a Thursday evening as the Rams kick it off. It's going to be fielded back at about the 15-yard line and knocked to the ground around the 29-yard line. James Weems, number 30, on the return that time for the Hornets. They'll mark him down at about the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 to go here for the Hornets. And they'll go on offense once again here tonight. And so far, the Rams are losing the battle of time of possession here. They've scored on the only 2 plays that they've run on the offensive side.
That's exactly right, and really that's the only thing Vardaman's lost the battle of all season this year, perhaps, is the time of possession, because as we mentioned coming in, they are undefeated at 10-0. And then I tell you what, these Hornets did a pretty nice job on the last offensive series moving the ball into Ram territory. Let's see what they can do this drive.
1st and 10 now for Montgomery County from their own 30. They're going to keep it on the ground this time to Young. Young is number 40. We found out during the timeout. Edwin Young, 5'10", 182-pound sophomore, the fullback tonight, who picks up a couple here, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
That will be his 5th carry, and he has 24 yards on the night.
Mitchell, this is a huge advantage for Vardaman, able to finish the season on a Thursday night, because their coaches can all go out and take a look at some of your other teams like Durant and Ware here tomorrow night.
That is exactly right. And I talked to some people in the Vardaman area today. Not only are the coaches going out tomorrow night, but some of the fans are actually going out scouting around too. Around of the first round of the North Half 1A playoffs.
They may have someone going everywhere tomorrow night.
It may be.
Purnell gives it to his tailback McCaskill. McCaskill cuts it back against the grain, has a little bit of an opening. He's going to finally be run down at the 45-yard line in Ram territory. Only Greg Horton was the only man that kept McCaskill that time from taking it the distance. It'll be a 1st down, nevertheless, at the Ram 45-yard line.
Caskill is running back 5'11", 212. He's a senior, showing a little speed that time. And again, I tell you what, these Hornets are getting beat on the scoreboard by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points, but they're getting some positive yardage offensively, doing a pretty nice job in the running attack.
1st and 10 at the Vardaman 45-yard line. Purnell up under center, the freshman quarterback. He's going to give to his fullback Young, and Young is grabbed by the jersey and dropped around the 44-yard line after a pickup of only 1 on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 9 yards to go now for the Hornets.
In on the stop for the Rams was John Mark Berry. He's a guard, 250-pounder. He's a senior, and he's been a good one all year this year for Vardaman.
This is our first trip from TV7, TV34 to Montgomery County. We've been a lot of places, but this is the first time down here. Just over 2 minutes to play now in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Montgomery County. Purnell's going to give it to his tailback this time. He's hit and dropped in the backfield. Load of Rams there as Golston tried to turn it up, but he was hit almost immediately after he got the football and dropped back at the 45-yard line, where it'll be a loss on the play of a couple and bring up 3rd down and 11.
That was a prime example of some of that Ram defense we've grown to love here in this 2000 campaign. Doing a nice job with a loss on the carry. As you mentioned, 3rd down and 11 yards to go. They are operating from Ram territory, but who knows? This may be 4-down territory and may not be. We'll just have to wait and see.
3rd down, 11. Golston goes in motion. Back to throw is Purnell. Throws it out in the flat, and it is incomplete. Nearly intercepted that time by Edmondson, who tried to make a leaping play but could not. And that'll bring up 4th down, and most likely a punting situation, as it looks like Coach Ziegler is sending his punter, McCaskill, onto the field.
That pass was intended for Sharon McCaskill. Again, 5'11", 212 senior, just sailed it too high over his head, and there were a couple of Ram defenders in the vicinity as well. Really fortunate that one was not picked off.
With that incompletion, the quarterback is now 2 for 4 for 14 yards. Tonight, Montgomery County 58 yards by rushing, 14 by passing.
Horton and Harden will drop back deep. They'll stand at their own 15-yard line here. Montgomery County looks like they may go for it here, and they will. Back to throw is Purnell. Swings it out in the backfield. That's almost intercepted.
I tell you something else, that's almost a lateral as well, Don. I'm not so sure that wasn't thrown in the vicinity you would consider it to be a lateral, as Daniel Kemp had a shot at the INT for the Rams, unable to take advantage, however.
Yeah, if he catches that one, he can just about skip into the end zone, because there's nothing but green between him and the Montgomery County end zone that time. But nevertheless, the Rams are going to get the football back. So Vardaman that time only had 9 men up around the line as they still had both men flanked back at their own 15-yard line. So Montgomery County not able to execute that play though. 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 45-yard line. Power I offset to the right. They give it to Armstrong. Odie has running room again, 45. Stiff arms a man at the 40. Down the sidelines to the 30. He's to the 20, dragging tacklers all the way down to the 12-yard line. Odie Armstrong with a pickup that time of 43 yards on the play. And he's over 100 already here on 2 carries.
Armstrong is really some kind of amazing, I'm telling you what. He really takes the brunt of the load as far as that running attack for Vardaman is concerned on most nights, but they have several weapons they can hit you with, as they have done all year. Usually when they find a defense keying on Odie, they simply go to the passing game or flip it back to another running back, and they've had great success in all those areas this year.
1st down and 10 for the Rams at the 13-yard line in Montgomery County territory. I formation now behind West. West is going to give to Odie once again, looking to the left side, cuts it back inside. He's got a touchdown. 13-yard touchdown run for Odie Armstrong, his 2nd of the evening. And so 3 carries now on the night and 2 touchdowns for Armstrong, and that pushes the lead out to 20-0.
Don, the Odie meter is now at 3 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns.
We've been looking at Odie Armstrong, of course, this season. He's not had a whole lot of carries, but he continues to pile up the big yardage, and here's Guerrero with the extra point. Kick is up. Line drive kick is good, and with only 35 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter, your score is Vardaman 21, Montgomery County nothing. I want to tell you about some more of our sponsors here tonight in the Vardaman area. Of course, Ward Shortstop in Vardaman. Glad to be bringing you the Ram football here this season. Also Mount Supermarket in Vardaman. Parker Brothers Trucking over in Derma. Fred's Pharmacy in Calhoun City and Vardaman. And also Merchants and Farmers Bank over in Bruce. Vardaman, of course, comes into this ball game number 1 in the state in overall scoring. Mitchell told you they had 534 points on the season. And they're number 2 in the state in scoring defense. Only Ackerman is better. Ackerman's only given up 33 points this season in 10 ball games, so they're only giving up 3.3 a game. But the Rams are right behind them, only giving up 5.5 points per game. 21-0. Armstrong will kick it off here with 35 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. Gets it away, and he squib kicks it down the middle of the field. It's going to be picked up there by number 8, that is Butts. And Butts gets some good positive yardage out to the 38-yard line. The Hornets really have had good field position here tonight. They've been up around midfield a couple of times, but some mistakes and turnovers have cost them. But they've been able to move the football at times against this Ram defense.
You know, you were talking about Odie Armstrong a moment or 2 ago, Don. I saw a statistic either today or yesterday in the Tupelo paper, and I think as far as individual rushers are concerned, he is like 3rd on the list in the state of Mississippi with many less carries than the first 2 are concerned.
That's exactly right. You know, you look at Varshawn Pearson up there at Ripley. He's got some big yardage, but his carries are much more than Odie Armstrong. And, of course, that's just a factor of the Rams are so far ahead in most of the games this year, other than the Smithville game, that, you know, you don't want to take a chance at Odie in the 4th quarter when the game's in comfortable control. You don't want to see him get hurt or anything. And, of course, you don't want to run up the score either.
That's exactly right. And also another statistic I'd like to point out here is Odie leads the state as far as total points is concerned. He's scored more points than any singular player in the state of Mississippi this year.
That'll do it for the 1st quarter of play with your score. The Vardaman Rams 21, Montgomery County nothing. We'll take a break and be back with more 2nd quarter action here from Montgomery County after these messages. Welcome back, everyone, here to Montgomery County, and here's Mitchell Johnson.
Second down situation for the Hornets, and about 8 yards to go. Quarterback rolls left, penalty marker down. Pass over the left side is intercepted, I think. That will be the case, and Tony Shaw can be credited with that INT for the Rams. But as I mentioned earlier, we do have a yellow marker down on the field. Let's wait and check it out. What do you think, Don?
I tell you, if the penalty's against Montgomery County, and unless they blew it dead before the play started, it should be Vardaman ball. Vardaman's going to decline the penalty. They will have the football, and that is another turnover against Montgomery County. Their second of the night.
Just getting underway with the second quarter of play. Clock shows 11 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the first half. Your score, Vardaman 21, Montgomery County 0. The Rams will be in possession, 1st and 10, operating from Hornet territory between the 44 and the 45-yard line, closer to the right hash mark as the Rams break huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage. The Hornets are showing about a 5-man front defensively with a 2 or 3-man linebacker core. West up under center, out of the 2-man eye. Give goes to the first man through. He's got plenty of running room now to the 35-yard line. Finally dragged down around the 32. Pretty good run on the part of Jason Mims. Mims running back 185. He's a sophomore for the Rams. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vardaman.
You know, every time you and I have been doing Vardaman games now for a while, there's always a Mims, and he's always a good athlete, usually a good running back.
Absolutely. No question about that. A lot of Armstrongs in the Calhoun County area as well down through the years. Odie is certainly no exception. 1st and 10 will go the Rams from the 32, 33-yard line. Official's going to stop the play before we can get a snap away. I have a Hornet player with a little equipment problem there, I think, coming to the near sideline. We'll wait and see what's going on there.
That's Douglas Butts once again. He's had a little trouble tonight. Not only with his helmet, but he's had a little trouble staying on sides. He's jumped off a couple of times on offense, and now they're going to send him to the sidelines. I believe he may have a little blood on his elbow.
Jeremy Butts will replace the other Butts in the lineup for the Hornets. West wants to throw. Pass on the right side is incomplete. Sailed it too high over the outstretched hands of Andrew Berry. He is the wide receiver, 135 sophomore. Bring up a second down situation for the Rams, and again, 10 yards to go. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass at 11-12. Checking out of the game offensively for Vardaman will be Melvin Pierce, wide receiver 160. He's a junior. He's replaced by Tony Shaw, I think. He'll be split wide to the right side. Rams still going with that offset 2-man eye in the backfield, wide out split left and right. Give goes to the tailback Armstrong on the left side. He's at the 30-25 with daylight still on his feet. Being chased. He's still going down the field. 15-10. He may score. Cuts inside the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Vardaman. Odie Armstrong got the call and once again did the job weaving in and out of traffic downfield to get the ball into the end zone as the Rams extend their lead to 27-0. Go ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
And Mitchell with that run, Odie Armstrong, 4 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Wow, what a night for Armstrong this evening. And on to attempt the PAT for the Rams will be Jose Guerrero. He's a freshman, 155-pounder. Snap is back, hold is down, and kick is up. Line drive kick. He got it right in the left corner to add the exclamation point. It'll make it a 28-0 contest with 11:01 remaining in the first half of play. We talked earlier about running down some scores for you as far as the Rams season is concerned. They started off August 25th at Morville on the road. They won that contest 41-6. September the 1st, they faced Coldwater at Carter Field in Vardaman. They blanked out the Coldwater Ball Club to the tune of 55-0. They then were home again the following week, September the 7th, hosting Biggersville. They won 70-0. September 15th was the best game of the year if you like good tight ball games. Vardaman Rams traveled to Smithville. They won that contest 34-28. September 22nd, Hamilton was at Vardaman. The score finalized was 61-6. Rams out on front there. Of course, September 29th at Calhoun City, it was Vardaman 47, Calhoun City 0. October the 6th at home against Faulkner, 56-0 your score. October 13th, Thrasher, the score was 60-7 at Thrasher. October 20th, 47-7 at Maben. And last week, home against Walnut, 63-0. And the kick is away. It'll be fielded around the 14-yard line on a return now at the 20. Is at the 25, trying to cut up field, and goes high in the air and is nailed around the 31-yard line. Good attempt for a return. He brought a little life to these stagnant fans anyway on this homestand side here in Montgomery County. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets operating from around their own 31, 32-yard line.
That big hit was by Preston McGregor, number 56, who upended the carrier that time after he got out to about the 32. Good special teams play once again for the Rams.
Let's see if these Hornets can get any offense generated here, trailing some 28-0 with 10:53 remaining in the half. Quarterback Purnell. The give is going to be on the near side, going to Marvin Golson. He is hammered in there. Good stop defensively on the part of guess who? Odie Armstrong. Not only, Don, can he do it on offense, he can also lay a lick on you defensively as well.
Absolutely. Odie's a complete player. He's being looked at, of course, by some colleges on the offensive side of the football, but he's a great defensive play, too. I don't think they would be too unhappy to have him in there at linebacker.
Absolutely. That loss of 3 on the play. Bring up a second down here with 13 yards to go for the first. That ball is resting in Hornet territory around the 29-yard line. Rams defense showing about a 5-man front, making a 6-man front with a 2-man linebacker corps. Give goes to the first man through on the near side. It's ridden down around the 34, 35-yard line. Pretty good pop up the middle there on a part of Edwin Young. 5'10", 182. He's a sophomore. Positive yardage on the play. Bring up a third down here. And 7 or 8 to go for the first.
Tackle made that time by Daniel Kemp. We've already called his name one time. Nearly had the interception. Made a big play there.
Aaron Purnell checks in offensively for the Hornets. He is a freshman, 125-pounder, 5 feet 6 inches tall. Should move out to the wing-back position. Purnell up under center here. Give goes to the fullback, and he is hit along the line of scrimmage and hammered down. That was Edwin Young with a carry offensively for the Hornets. He was met abruptly along the line of scrimmage for a little gain, if any.
That was John Mark Berry, the defensive tackle, who got in the backfield early that time and made the big hit. It's going to be 4th down, and once again, Montgomery County's going to have to give up the football.
T.J. Dawsett checks in on special teams for the Rams, as does Preston McGregor, I think. Back deep to receive the anticipated punt for Vardaman will be Greg Horton, as well as John Harden. And back to booted away for the Hornets will be Jerome McCaskill. McCaskill awaits a snap back, gets a good clean snap back, rushes on, and it's going to be blocked and picked up by a Ram. This is going to be Jason Mims on a return after the block punt for Vardaman. Twisting, turning, jumping defenders. It in there to score. Jason Mims gets the punt block and the TD as well. What a play.
Mitchell, that was Ryan Springer, the senior who came in that time. He was all over the punter that time. He had an easy block that time as the punter mishandled the ball a little bit there, and then Mims was able to pick it up and break a couple of tackles and carry it on into the end zone. It's now 34-0.
And the route is on with 8 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Guerrero on to attempt the PAT for the Rams. Player checking in late for the Hornets, and that's going to be Golston, Marvin Golston. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, he's got the distance, and he's got the accuracy. Guerrero adds the PAT to make it a 35-0 game with 8:32 remaining in the first half of play. Don, how about some sponsors?
Okay, let's tell you once again some of the people helping us bring these games to you this season. TDS Telecom Incorporated in Calhoun City. Also Treasure Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall. Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce. Go by and see Sput Deaton and his staff. Also Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce. And Buck's One Stop in Calhoun City. All glad to be bringing you Calhoun County football throughout the season. And right now looks like we're going to have 2 teams still remaining after this week. Calhoun City, of course, will be on the road next weekend. And Vardaman will be at home. And, of course, we'll be there, Mitchell.
We certainly will. Back deep to receive the kick for the Hornets will be Jerome McCaskill, deep back. To his right will be James Weems. And the kick is away and recovered by a Ram. I don't know if it went the necessary 10 yards or not. That was Daniel Kemp finally with the ball for Vardaman. We'll have to wait and let the officials unscramble this one, see what's going on.
Montgomery County is fortunate that it didn't go 10 yards because I think Vardaman would have gotten it, but it only went 8 yards, so that is what the penalty marker is. And Montgomery County, of course, will take the ball at the spot, and they'll have good field position here at the Ram 48.
They will start this possession, as you mentioned, from Ram territory. Only 48 yards of real estate ahead of them until the end zone. Hopefully, of course, the Hornets are hoping to get some points on the scoreboard to show us a little something for their efforts here in the first half of play, being shut out so far here tonight.
I think the Hornets had more time of possession on that first drive than it's taken Vardaman the whole game to score 35 points.
Aaron Purnell up under center. Split backfield formation. Give goes to the first man through on the right side. That's Edwin Young with the carry. And he's going to be hammered down around the 42-yard line, I think. And on the stop defensively for the Rams will be Taylor Stennett. He's a tackle senior 230-pounder. And we'll bring up a second down and about 4 yards to go. Give him 6 on the previous carry. Fellas, we're going to have to talk a little SEC action before the night is over, I would think. Hornets break huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage. The Rams are showing about a 5-man front defensively now. 5 or 6-man front. Give once again goes to Weems off the right side. He squirts out over the 40, down to around the 38-yard line, up close to first down yardage. Hard to tell from this angle, but I believe he might have got it. Well, maybe a little short. It will be the case. They're not going to even measure this one. Make a third down here and about maybe less than a yard or a yard to go for the first. You got to think here, Don, that if the Hornets are not fortunate enough to get the first down on this play, they'll definitely have to go for it in the next play, operating from Ram territory in 4-down territory.
Absolutely. Right now, you're facing your final game of the season. You're not going to go to the playoffs. You have nothing to lose. You got to go all out here tonight.
Purnell working with the same offensive set. Give goes to the first man through on the right side. Again, this is going to be Marvin Golston with a carry. He's a running back, freshman 154-pounder, up close to first down yardage. And on the stop defensively for Vardaman will be Jonathan Denley. He's been busy tonight. Officials indicate field level to move the sticks. It will be 1st and 10 here for the Hornets.
Mitchell, you were talking about those games earlier. Vardaman has won, and the only close game was Smithville. And, of course, that may have been the best thing that could have happened to these Rams, having at least one chance.
Wishing you a game.
I agree with you 100%. Pitch sweep on their side goes to Weems, and he is hammered in there. Don't know if he got back up to the original line of scrimmage or not, but it's going to be close. And on the stop defensively for the Rams was Ryan Springer, senior 175-pounder. Had a hand in the stop anyway. We'll bring up a second down situation here for the Hornets. And what looks to be maybe 9 yards to go for the first. We'll give him 1 on the previous carry. 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. 35-0 your score. All Vardaman Rams here tonight. Purnell takes about a 5-man front.
Come ride with us this holiday season. Bo's Garage in Bruce.
Glory to the newborn King.
Short of the
Mistletoe.
about 6, it looks like.
The joy, the love, and the hope that this Christmas can bring. Brazier's Home Furnishings in Bruce.
Christmas Eve.
May the peace of the season be with you during this special time. We wish you a happy holiday season. Browning Funeral Home, Pontotoc, and Ecru.
You're all in
An offensive backfield that time.
Bruce Bait Shop, Sporting Goods, and Deli on Highway 32 West in Bruce. Wish you a most joyous Christmas season. Happy holidays.
Now.
Wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year. Dr. Bruce Longest and staff at the Family Medical Clinic in Bruce.
He makes.
May the love and peace of this season surround you and your family. Bruce Farm Supply in Bruce wishes you a Merry Christmas.
Where Pratt probably was that close in the area.
Well, hello and welcome to the TV7 Christmas special, about to get underway in about 5 minutes from right now. We're going to take just about 5 minutes right now to go over the sponsors of the program tonight and just remind you who will be bringing you the show right here from the TV7 studios. I would like to remind you that we do have some seats still down here at the studio. If you'd like to come down and join us, we're going to be right here until 10 or maybe even past 10 o'clock tonight. A lot of good musicians going to be playing and singing, and a lot of things going on here at the studio, so you're welcome to come on down, join us right here. We'd be happy to have you. If you can't, tune us in there, call your neighbors, tell them to turn it on. Be sure and don't miss the TV7 Christmas special. I'm going to run over the sponsors right now, and we'll be coming up with the first group in just a few moments.
5-pounder. Be a loss on the sack.
Jewelry from Bruce, Automotive and Tractor Supply from Bruce, Campbell's Insurance right here in Bruce, Southern Discount Drugs in Calhoun City, Williams Used Cars in Calhoun City, Crocker's Pharmacy in Calhoun City, Western Auto in Calhoun City, Nancy's Place, Calhoun City, Dream World Waterbeds of Grenada will be sponsoring the program tonight also. People's Bank in Calhoun City, Fred's of Calhoun City, one of the sponsors of the program, Piggly Wiggly in Calhoun City, Hawkins Ford Mercury, one of the sponsors, Weeks Fertilizer and Lime, Corbett Chevrolet O's over in Houston. Go by and tell them you saw the program. Excuse me. City Discount Drugs here in Bruce. The Bruce Dry Cleaners right here in Bruce. Calhoun Financial Services, Henry's in Bruce, Western Auto in Bruce, the Bruce Flower Shop, Jules Bayonet in Bruce and Oxford. Excuse me. The Calhoun County Bank in Calhoun City, Blott's Cleaners in Calhoun City, Collins Salt Shop here in Bruce, McCormick's Farm Supply in Bruce, Nian's Crafts and Gifts right here in Bruce, a new store, Step Saver Farm
with a carry, and he's going to be hammered down well shy of first down yardage.
That was a great play by Trent Edmondson. He stayed at home that time, didn't bite on the reverse.
Crocker's Satellite in Calhoun City will be one of the sponsors. Parker's Quality Clothing over in Pittsburgh. Lindsay's Electronics next door to TV7, one of the sponsors of the program. Logan's Discount Drug,
operating from around their own.
Rogers Auto and Tractor Supply Parts. That's in Calhoun City.
5-0 your score. Rams out in front of the horse.
Calhoun City and in Bruce, that's Calhoun Ready. Hamilton Garage and Body Shop, that's in Dermer, I believe. Terminex Pest Control, that's with a location here in Bruce. The Bruce Telephone Company Incorporated, one of the sponsors. Ball's Building Supply in Calhoun City, a sponsor, and Hawkins Auto Parts. Now, I know that's a long line of sponsors, but I did want to get all those names in before the show gets underway. We still got a couple of minutes before we're going to get into the program tonight. And if back at the switcher there, if we have a couple of commercials, we'll go to that at this time, and then we'll come back with the show. So you stay with us. We're going to be back with the live show right here at 7 o'clock. Let's go back to the studio.
7-yard line. Check that 32-yard line. West up under center. This is Armstrong with the carry this time. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. Hard to bring him down. He's got running room out the midfield stripe. He's going to be hit and just runs over a would-be defender. 35-yard line, 30.
Here to the friendly professional staff at Southern Discount Drugs. They care about you. Southern Discount Drugs also
with a circus type
of over-the-counter medicine. Jim Wilburn Pharmacist is always willing to assist you with any of these medicines you might require. Remember, Southern Discount Drug for your next prescription needs. They are ready to serve you. Located on Highway 9 North in Calhoun City.
I bet that guy can catch.
Or any of the many other gift ideas that can be found at Bruce Flower Shop in Bruce.
We're glad that you're here in our audience. We have a real nice audience here, and we're happy that you're watching out there on TV. Right now, without further ado, we're going to get started with a real good group from Tupelo, Mississippi. Let's get together and make them welcome, Signal Hill Bluegrass. Yeah.
Off to the 5-yard. And in on the return for Williams.
It's here, guys. I'll give you an update song. The odometer is now at 10 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
Don't leave.
Huh?
It really is, and I tell you, you know, look at some of the rush this year. Noah Ingram broke his own record with over 500 yards.
No matter whatever I do, the nights are...
And then the tailback out of the Staten kid down on the coast who was in Sports Illustrated. How much Odie could do if he stayed in the game the entire way.
That's exactly right. Purnell would give the first man through. He's going to be hit down around the 35-yard line. He was hit hard in there as well. Good stop defensively. And on the stop for the Rams was Ryan Springer and John Harden. Pickup of about 4 yards on the carry, however. Bring up a second down here for the Hornets and about 6 to go for the first.
There without you.
Operating from Hornet territory around with
I just can't forget loving you.
2-0 your score.
Don't leave me alone.
A band down here, so we'll go to Ken and look at some first.
Thank you. 2nd and 6 facing Montgomery County. Pitch sweep on the left side. Still on his... And finally ridden down around the 30. And I believe that might have been up a third down here. Well, you certainly hate to see that. And it looks as though it might be a thing.
Who it is, but
nobody loves me, nobody cares. If life is empty or full of fear.
The possibility at halftime we may have a guest appearance by a former sports let's check out the injured player.
Nobody cares.
Game tonight. He's a senior for the Rams. Working his way to the far sideline. And hopefully will be by Mr. David Barney. There now, we've been trying to pick him out all night. If we can get him on a little inside track on the road to the playoffs for these Vardaman Rams. Well, if he is, we're not letting him. Quarterback rolls right. So the goal is an incomplete pass.
we'll reveal in the second college football.
Nights on my pillow, I dream of love.
Don, Bill and I were talking about some SEC action last Friday.
They seem to whisper from where
They won't fall asleep. But I did get it. I do remember that part. I think it was the South Carolina game. That's what it was. I picked Tennessee to beat the Gamecocks, and they did so. 4th down here, and
in this old world,
picked up by
all I find,
and he is finally. I tell you what, these
someone who loves me. And
solid tackle. A lot of guys.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. New Town races.
Where did it start from last Saturday? Defense very questionable at this point.
Another record may be set here tonight at Montgomery County.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got them packed in here like sardines. I think we've got more people in the press box than we do the homestand. 10. 15-yard line of the Hornets. Quarterback Brian West sets a offset two-man Ina back. Incomplete. Sailed it over Tony Shaw's head too high. Shaw is a junior 170-pounder. Couldn't come up with that high. Second down, and once again 10 yards.
Now everything's clicking for Vardaman. Just thrown a couple over the head of the receivers out in the flat. So that may be something Coach Bray would like to work on is get him on with the timing patterns to his receivers.
Melvin Pierce checks in offensively, replacing Tony Shaw for the Rams. As I mentioned earlier, 2nd and 10 facing Vardaman here with 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining in the first half of play. West sets that offset two-man eye in the backfield. Many in motion out of the backfield, and Greg West wants going a little too far. Jonathan Denley. Denley tight end, junior 190-pounder. That'll bring up once again 3rd and 10 now for Vardaman. Incompletion. We're at 50. Re-entering the game for the Rams will be Andrea Berry, and he's going to replace Travis Pratt. Johnny's Rams really have so many weapons that can beat you. But for the total team, I think we've been outstanding.
Yeah, you made a good point earlier.
This is
you know, you mentioned earlier a good point that a lot of this year, that had to be a concern with a freshman quarterback, but he more than through the air.
He certainly has. Point, snap is back, hold is down, the kick is up, line drive. Guerrero. The score will stay in Vardaman 48. Half a play, second quarter.
You look across the way here, and this Vardaman faithful has traveled down and pretty much standing room only across the way. There's a few empty seats, but a lot of people up along the fence, and they have really grown accustomed to following this team this year. And of course, when you have a team that's 10-0,
Is the
very
mix
easy to
all
do,
right?
of course.
Does anything need to be turned up or down?
Very loyal to this Ram ball club.
They certainly have. I tell you what it is. We feed them those supercharged sweet potatoes in Vardaman this year.
Turn it off.
This weekend, of course, you got the big sweet potato festival.
We're going to do a song now.
And I know you'll be.
Grass album volume.
No question about it. And the kick is
about a week ago. And
around the 14 and fumble. On a return now for the Hornets, and hammered down is Edwin Young. Young is a sophomore 182. He really
age
for that time. And able to stop defensively. Strong. 145-pounder. So the Hornets
well, I've been up and down and around and back, and then I've been so many places I can't remember where I went. I've been my only ball. And it all. So
When you put in your sub-freshman, 8th grader's not considered a freshman, still should be in junior high, I assume. I mean, you put these guys out there, what are you going to tell them? Just lay down and don't score or punt on first down, what do you do?
That's right. It's nothing you can really do, just like in that instance. So Travis Pratt makes the interception. You're not going to tell him to step out of bounds.
Right.
The young man wants to get in the end zone just like everybody else. And so, they're just blessed with a whole lot of the senior level and their underclassmen. And it's one of those years that you look back on in a few years and you're going to really look back and say, boy, that team really was good. And next week it's a brand new season, though, and you got to regain your focus because the games are going to get tough. There's no way that you're going to be able to run over teams such as Durant and Ware, who have some good football teams of their own.
Oh, absolutely. That is correct. And looking down the stretch in the playoff scene, of course, you got to take each game one game at a time. We're aware of that, but Durant could pose a problem for Vardaman. I think they're undefeated this year as well.
They are. They're 10-0 in the year, of course. If Durant, though, wins the first two games, both of those, I believe, will be in Durant. So in that, unless, I think the way it works is if Hamilton wins, then they'll have to go to Durant in the second round, and that would make Durant playing the first two games at home, and so they would have to go to Vardaman for the North Half Championship. But if Hamilton were to lose to Notsapater, I think I'm right in saying this, then of course Durant would have to go on the road the second week, and then Vardaman third week would have to travel down to Durant. So Rams have to pull for Notsapater to lose to Hamilton.
Nice kick on the part of the kicker this time. It's going to be fielded around the 13-yard line on a return. This is McCaskill on a return for the Hornets, finally dragged down around the 34. Pretty good return of kick. And on the stop on special teams for the Rams was T.J. Dawsett. Dawsett's a sophomore 170-pounder. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets, operating from their own 34-35. 15 seconds remain to be played in the first half. What do you think about some SEC action this weekend, Don? Any upsets?
Well, upset is not in the Southeastern Conference, but I think your best game is up in Arkansas between Ole Miss and Arkansas. Two pretty even ball clubs. Arkansas is banged up as well as the Rebels. Both teams have some injuries. That'll be an interesting football game right there.
1st and 10 go these Hornets. Give goes to the tailback on the near side. Trying to turn the corner, does so. Finally ridden down around the 40-yard line. That was Edwin Young with the carry for Montgomery County. And on the stop defensively for Vardaman was Brian Penick. And there's a horn bringing to a conclusion the first half of play. It's been all Vardaman as we expected so far here tonight. Vardaman 55, Montgomery County 0.
We're going to go to a break here at halftime. And as Mitchell said, the Rams are well in control. And we'll be back here with some first half stats with Ken. So stay with us, everyone. You're watching Ram football here on TV7, TV 34.
Welcome back to halftime. This is Kenneth Johnson with you for some halftime stats where your Vardaman Rams enjoy a 55-0 halftime lead. First for the homestanding Montgomery County Hornets. Passing, Purnell tonight has completed 3 of 9 passes, 2 to Butts, 1 for 5 yards and 1 for 20, 1 to Golston for 9 yards. Individually rushing, McCaskill has rushed 8 times, 37 yards. Young has carried the ball 13 times, 48 yards. He's carried most of the load tonight for Montgomery County. Number 8, Butts, has carried the ball 1 time for 3 yards. Golston has carried the ball 5 times for -2 yards. And number 31, I don't have a name on him, has carried the ball 1 time for 4 yards. And the team is credited with -5 yards. Total yardage for Montgomery County will be 81 by the rush, 34 by the pass, for a total of 115 yards on 34 plays. And for your Vardaman Rams, individually, Brian West has passed the ball 4 times, has completed 1, and that a 32-yard touchdown pass to Travis Pratt. Individually rushing, O.D. Armstrong, as usual, carrying the load tonight for Vardaman. He has carried the ball 5 times for 210 yards and 4 touchdowns. Also with a touchdown and 30 yards rushing on 2 carries is Greg Horton. Trent Edmondson has not carried the ball tonight, but Jason Mims has carried the ball 1 time for 13 yards. The Vardaman Rams have accumulated 240 yards rushing and 45 yards by the pass and have gained 3 first downs tonight. That'll do it for me for halftime, as I won't go over the how they scored because there's so many. But we'll be back with you for the second half in just a minute, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everyone, here to Kilmichael, Mississippi, where the Vardaman Rams in control of this one at the half, 55-0 over the Montgomery County Hornets. Final game of the season as the Rams try to go undefeated 11-0 in the season. We're moments away here from the second half kickoff, and we're glad to be joined now by David Barnett. And David, you've seen a lot of Vardaman Ram football over the years, I know. Is this the best team that you've ever seen?
You know, by far, I think this is the best team. Vardaman back in 1975, I believe it was, had a real good team. I think maybe they went undefeated that year. But they didn't score any kind of points like they're scoring here now. And, I mean, these guys are just phenomenal the way they're doing this stuff.
You know, we talked about earlier in the broadcast tonight that it's not just Odie Armstrong. You know, he's the key man, but they take him out of the game, and these other guys come in and they can put some points on the board as well.
You know, that's right. And then last year, I went with them a lot of places, and last year it was mostly Odie, you know, but this year they got so many other weapons. You know, they got a quarterback coming in now which is just a freshman, but this guy is playing like maybe a junior or a senior. I mean, he's just awesome at quarterback. And there again, you got Odie, then you got Jason Mims there at fullback, and you can't say enough about Greg Horton and the speed that he has.
Yeah, you look at this team and everybody thinks, they must have a ton of seniors, but really they don't. They have a lot of underclassmen that are contributing big time for this Coach Bray and this football team.
You know, that's right, and you got 2 of the fastest guys on the team, which is Odie and the Pratt kid. Both of those will be leaving us after this year, but we've got some that's going to step up and going to take their place, I believe, and it's going to be just as quick.
Penalty marker down in the backfield. There were 2 men in motion at one time, so that will be illegal motion against the Hornets here. I saw the administration here in Montgomery County talking to Coach Bray and the officials at halftime. They may let the clock run here some in the second half. Of course, you're looking at a 55-0 score. I think it's pretty much no doubt that the Rams are in control of this one. It's the final game of the year for Montgomery County, and so we may see the clock roll here in the second half. There is an injured player down for the Hornets right here. One of their offensive linemen looks like number 66, Marcus Daniels, who is injured on the play, and he'll be assisted to the sideline, holding his left arm. Could be a shoulder problem, not really sure here. Purnell comes over to the sidelines here to get the call from his head coach. David, we talked a lot about the playoffs already tonight. Of course, the Rams have to be pulling a little bit for Hamilton in these playoffs so that if they do meet Durant, which a lot of people are speculating that are the 2 favorites in the North right now, if Hamilton can win the first round game, then of course that game will be in Vardaman.
You know, it's right, and there's a lot of ifs in this thing. If this team does that, if this team does this, you know, Hamilton is going to have to beat Knox-Pater, and of course Vardaman's going to have to beat French Camp or Greenwood St. Joe next week, whichever that may be. Then you got Smithville and Calhoun City playing tomorrow night for the number 3 and number 4 team. And one of them is going to play probably Ware. And the winner of that, Vardaman will play there, whichever team it may be, whether it's Smithville, Calhoun City, or Ware. We would have to play at one of those 3 teams, 3 places, the following week. But Hamilton would have to beat Knox-Pater for us to get Durant in the 3rd round.
Right, so if you've got all that, then we've got a test for you here coming up.
you know, it gets complicated from here on out because it's just you've got some teams down in Region 2, I guess you would say, that's going to be real good. Ware, Knox-Pater, French Camp, Durant, maybe even Greenwood St. Joe. You don't know who's going to be who. Anybody can win on any given night. We know that. Vardaman, you know, next week with French Camp, better not take them lightly because it's going to be a good game. And French Camp, from what I understand, is a passing team, and we've seen tonight that Vardaman needs.
Hornets going to keep it on the ground this time. That's McCaskill, and he is going to be drilled in the backfield. Number 60 came up to make the tackle that time for the Rams. Brian Peenick, the junior, made a nice stop in the backfield. And so it'll be 4th down now for Montgomery County. And we'll see if they're going, or actually they turned it over on downs. That was 4th down. And so the Rams are going to take over the football here at the Montgomery County 42-yard line. Well, there's always going to be questions, David, anytime you have had so many one-sided games about the depth of the schedule that you're playing, of course. So that will be a case we talked about, Mitchell and I talked about earlier about the Smithville game. Could be a big bonus for Vardaman, having played a tough game along the way.
You know, there's no doubt about that. Vardaman, I think they was coming off of a win the week before they played Smithville 70-0, you know, and they walk out there on Smithville and saying, well, you know, they didn't think they had really nothing to worry about. And Smithville is a real good team. I mean, well-coached team. There's no doubt about that. Of course, Jason Tipton got put out of the for the season about 2-3 weeks ago, you know, when they played Maben, and he's out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL. And the first half over there at Smithville, I think everybody can attest to it, that they really didn't even show up. You know, the second half they come back and they scored, 21 unanswered points to win the ball game in the second half.
Matt Long is in at quarterback now for the Rams, and he fumbles the snap, able to pick it up and get back to the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line of Montgomery County, where it'll be 3rd down, 8 yards to go here for the Rams. Horton is in at tailback along with Edmondson back there. We're going to see some of the players, backup players for the Rams, but of course these guys play just about every week, so it's not like you're putting in some inexperienced players in the ball game.
You know, Coach Bray is in the last 3 weeks, I guess you would say, is dressing out about 7 of his 8th graders, brought them up and has put them on the high school team. So, you know, you might even get to see some of them tonight.
Horton trying to get to the corner, and they're going to mark him out of bounds along the 32-yard line. That's going to be close to a 1st down. It'll depend on the spot, and they may have to bring the chains across the way, or actually they're going to rule him at the 33, so it'll definitely be short of the 1st down. It'll set up 4th down and 1 here for the Rams. And of course, this is a situation where you go for it on the 33-yard line. It's too long for a Guerrero field goal. So the Rams will go for it here on 4th and 1.
I tell you, they got one out there, though, old Tony Shaw. If he, you know, a little bit more practice, he's going to be able to really put that ball at play at 30-yard field goal, no doubt.
Quarterback sneak by Long, and he was hit low, but he's able to keep his feet and dive forward for the 1st down, it looks like. And if they give him forward progress to the 31, it will indeed be a 1st down. But it looks like they're going to mark it just inside the 32-yard line, so that's going to be close. They'll probably have to bring out the chains here to measure, and I don't really think he got a real favorable spot if you're a Vardaman fan. 6:26, they do stop the clock here while they bring out the chains, and they are going to say it is a 1st down for the Rams. That'll keep the drive alive, 1st and 10 at the Montgomery County 32-yard line. Well, it's a beautiful night for football. We've really had some nice games this year, of course, weather-wise, and some rain in the area earlier today. There's been
second circle
in Montgomery County, Mississippi. Here's a give to Horton. Horton gets away from one time.
Headed for the
be wrapped up and dropped along the 27-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 here for the Rams. Well, I know, David, a lot of the coaches and fans are going to go traveling tomorrow night to take a look at some of these other teams. And Mitchell and I talked about the advantage Vardaman is getting by having played this game on Thursday night Of course, you see films on other teams, but having seen them in person is a lot better.
Oh, it's no doubt. You know, Coach Bray and I had talked a couple of days ago after practice, and he was talking about that he really wanted to go see Durant play, and he was going to send maybe Coach Pepper tomorrow night to see French camp.
Horton into the open, untouched. They're going to go all the way for the touchdown from about 27 yards out. And so Horton gets into the end zone now, and the Rams have extended the lead up to 61-0. And the extra point will come up from Guerrero, who has only missed one tonight. Ken.
Don, that will be the second touchdown of the night for Horton. He has 5 carries for 69 yards.
Rams putting up some big numbers on the ground tonight. Offensively, the only thing that they haven't done to perfection, you would think, is the passing game has been a little bit off. They had the first touchdown pass on the first play of the game for a touchdown, and West has thrown a couple of passes out in the flat incomplete, but really they haven't had to throw the ball at all tonight.
They have 327 yards of total offense, 282 by the rush and 45 by the pass.
Guerrero has done a good job with the place kicking duties this year for a freshman who's coming in to attempt the PAT to try to make a ball game. Kick is up, and it is good. 5:22 to go here in the third quarter, and it's all Vardaman. The Rams lead at 62-0. We'll take a break and be back with more football. You're watching the Game of the Week here on TV7, TV 34.
While I'm climbing.
Here's the kickoff. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 33-yard line, and once again, Montgomery County will get good field position here at the 38-yard line. That was Purnell on the return, the quarterback, number 18. Vardaman Ram that time a little slow getting up. That was Preston McGregor, but it looks like he's going to be okay. 5:14 to go here in the third quarter. Let's tell you once again about some of the guys bringing businesses bringing this game to you here tonight. Pizza Palace in Bruce on the square. Also Grisani Rebel Motors in Oxford. Classic Exteriors in Houston for professional vinyl siding installation. Pile and Wholesale Furniture. Also Calhoun Apparel Incorporated. Parker Brothers Trucking in Derma. Also helping us bring you Ram football here tonight. This is our final regular season game, of course, but we'll be fired up next weekend as we'll have the Vardaman Rams. They'll either be playing French Camp or Greenville St. Joseph. We'll also be bringing you the Water Valley Ripley game in 3A. That should be a classic, as Coach Terry Allen. 10 years ago, he took Water Valley to a state championship and an undefeated 15-0 season. Now he comes back to Death Valley as the visiting coach. So a lot of irony in that football game. And if Lafayette County, we'll have that game tomorrow night on the Oxford cable. If Lafayette County defeats Oxford and Itawamba is able to knock off Hernando, then Rob Morgan will probably be heading on over to Clarksdale next weekend to watch the Wildcats taking on Lafayette County. Here's the give up the middle to the fullback, number 21 on the carry. That, not sure who that is. We don't have a listing for number 21 of Montgomery County.
Should be enough yardage, Don, to justify a Hornet first down. That will be the case. Chain crew move the sticks across the way as they move the ball into Ram territory around the 45-yard line.
I'm sorry, Mitchell. That was Chris Bibbs. I'm a 31 rather than 21. So Bibbs on the carry to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. One good thing, Rob, if you go over to Clarksdale next weekend, they've got a guy who will throw peanuts up in the stands to you, and so you'll have all kind of peanuts, boiled peanuts, any type you want over in Clarksdale.
They throw peanuts in Clarksdale and sweet potatoes in Vardaman. You can't lose there, I tell you what.
Gain of a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 at the 43-yard line in Vardaman territory.
Checking into the game defensively for the Rams will be Matt Long, and he will replace Greg Horton.
Last time we went to Clarksdale, it was raining hard, and the game was so one-sided, the band left at halftime. Here's the give to the fullback. He is hit hard that time, and that is Edwin.
Cause it hurts a lot.
Gets to about the 42. Be a pickup of 1 on the play, and it'll be drop. 7 now for Montgomery County.
Daniel Kemp in on the stop defensively for the Rams. He is a junior, 155-pounder.
Stay with us at the conclusion of this football game. We'll be selecting the Ward shortstop, player of the game. So that'll be a difficult decision tonight. So many people have played well. Here's the give to McCaskill. McCaskill is dropped in the backfield as he tried to slither his way into some positive yardage, but could not get away that time from Melvin Pierce, number 4, who came up and made the solid stop in the backfield for a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Pierce doing a great job as far as an open field tackle is concerned. He is a junior coming in at 160 pounds.
4th down and 8, rather, for the Hornets. And they're going to go for it here on 4th and 8 at the Vardaman 43-yard line. Going to go back with 2 running backs along with a wing back here. And back to throw is Purnell. He swings it out in the flat. That pass is complete, but it's short of the 1st down as he is dropped at the 37-yard line. In on the tackle that time for the number 60 and number 6, Andrew O'Berry, both there on the tackle. And so once again, the Rams will take over on downs with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Rams have the football back.
Well, I think the main ingredient you want to look for here is if you are the Vardaman coaching staff is to try to eliminate the chance of getting the latter part of the ball game. As we talked about pregame, we talked about all during the game, you got to be healthy going into the first round of the playoffs, being hosted over at Carter Field this year.
Matt Long back out at quarterback. Seen a lot of action in the backup role this year with the Rams comfortably in front of a lot of the ball games. Power I offset to the right with Horton and Mims in the backfield. The give is to Horton. Horton off the right side, trying to pick his way. Has good running room. He's to the 50. Lost the handle on the football, but I believe he got it back as he is tackled down in the Montgomery County territory at the 48-yard line. Be a pickup of about 14 yards on the play. Another Ram 1st down. Under a minute to play now in the 3rd quarter as they are letting the clock run here in the 3rd quarter. This may be one of the quickest games that we've had. Long up under center. Once again, they're going to give it to Horton. Horton has good running room once again. He's dragging tacklers and now dives forward inside the 35 to the 34-yard line.
Good job.
14 more yards on the play, excuse me.
Sorry, Don. Good job as far as Horton is concerned with that carry, mostly on the individual effort toward the tail end of the run, as you mentioned. Enough yards to justify Vardaman 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 Rams from between the 34 and the 35 of Montgomery County.
This game is brought to you also by Mount Supermarket in Vardaman, Fred's Pharmacy in Calhoun City and Vardaman, Merchants and Farmers Bank in Bruce, TDS Telecom Incorporated in Calhoun City, and also Treasure's Jewelry located in the Oxford Mall. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play, and the Rams able to put another touchdown on the board here in the 3rd. And your score after 3 quarters of play, the Rams 62, the Montgomery County Hornets 0. We'll take a station break and be back with more action here in the 4th quarter after this.
Welcome back to Montgomery County for the 4th quarter of action. Vardaman 62, Montgomery County 0. This is going to be on the carry on the left side for Jason Mims, way down the field. Plenty of room for a Ram 1st down. Inside the 10-yard line, I think, so they're going to mark the ball. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rams, as Vardaman is knocking on the door here in the opening moments of the 4th quarter of play.
bust my deal.
Ken, any interesting stats you want to lay on us here as of the odometer is concerned after 3 full quarters?
Well, he didn't get any playing time on offense in the third quarter, so he's still at 5 carries, 210 yards. One thing that is interesting, however, is that in the game, Vardaman is averaging 17.5 yards per play.
First and goal will go the Rams as Matt Long up under center, sets a two-man split set in the backfield. Goes to the first man throw at the right side. He's going to be hit around the line of scrimmage. Not much daylight on that carry. Pretty good gang tackling going on defensively as far as Montgomery County is concerned. Checking in for the Hornets will be Sandy Newman, defensive lineman, 5'10", 240. He's a junior. And we'll bring up a second down here for Vardaman. And evidently they can get the first down without getting the touchdown to within the 1 yard line. It'll be second about 9 facing the Rams here. Checking out the game offensively for the Rams will be Derek Nelson, sophomore wide receiver. He's going to be replaced by Brent Sullivan, freshman wide receiver as well, split wide to the left side. Second and 9 facing the Rams. Pitch sweep is fumbled, and that was Greg Horton trying to get a handle on the pitch. And he is immediately down at that point. I think the Rams will maintain possession, or perhaps not. That's not going to be the case. The Hornets have recovered the fumble. They'll be a business from deep in their own end of the football field, 1st and 10. So a turnover is being charged to the Rams here. That ball's going to be marked around the 14-yard line, I think, or somewhere in that neighborhood. It'll be 1st and 10 Montgomery County from that point. Again, we are in the 4th quarter of play. 9:53, and the clock is on the move. 62-0 your score. All Vardaman here tonight. Give goes to the tailback off the left side. There's going to be Edwin Young with a carry for close to the 20-yard line, make it 19. Now it's pick up off first down for Young. Bring up a second down here, and a long 3, short 4 to go for the first. We'll call it 2nd 4 facing Montgomery County here.
Mitchell, if I'm not mistaken, of course, the Rams will finish the regular season 11-0, and that'll be the first time an area school has done that since 1990 when Water Valley finished 11-0 in the regular season, then went on and won the state championship with a perfect 15-0 record.
Well, let's certainly hope continued success for these Rams as well in the postseason action as the Hornets break huddle and work their way up to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Purnell has gone the distance as the starting signal caller here tonight for the Hornets. It goes to tailback off the right side. Edwin Young in this case trips up in the backfield. Be a loss on that carry. And we'll bring up your 3rd down here for Montgomery County. It looks to be about 7 or 8 to go for the first.
You know, conceivably, if everything goes as most prognosticators believe, you could have 2 13-0 teams meeting in a couple of weeks if Durant and Vardaman were to match up in the playoffs.
Wouldn't that be a showdown? We've talked a little bit about Durant tonight, but I understand they've won some games by some wide margins as well, and I think Ken Johnson knows a good bit about that, don't you, Ken?
Not really.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Durant earlier before the game started tonight. Excuse me.
I do know they have 2 good running backs I'll tell you about after this play.
Mitchell, I do know that they were really good last year. I saw them some last year.
Oh, last year. Okay. I thought we were talking about the 2000 season. Pardon me.
Yeah, they came into Calhoun City last year. Of course, a lot of people remember that first round of the playoffs.
Where I started.
With the victory. They've got a good running back by the name of Baron Roundtree, who is a great player. And then they've got a young man named Robertson, who is leading their region in touchdowns this year.
Should be an interesting matchup if the 2 undefeateds go head-to-head, as you mentioned, Durant and Vardaman. Of course, a lot of things have to transpire before we get to that point as far as the playoff picture is concerned. We are at 7:26 remaining in the 4th quarter, and the clock continues to move even with the penalty yards being marked off here.
You know, I really like the region format that 1A has gone to, because you have 10 teams in your division, and every game is a pivotal game in the season because every game is a regional game. You only have 2 games outside the conference, where you can continue to play your rival type teams like Calhoun City against Bruce, but it really makes the games interesting.
Purnell with the keeper off the right side. Got a little running room there, and he is hit down by, fumbles the ball. Ball is loose on the field, and let's see who came up with the fumble recovery here. Vardaman will have possession, I believe. I'll check that. I saw an official indicate possession going Vardaman's way. Evidently that will not be the case, as the Hornets will maintain possession of the football.
Back and then.
And we'll bring up the 4th down situation for Montgomery County, and a long 2 to go for first, a short 3. Punting situation for the Hornets here. Now they're moving the ball marker back. Looks like it's going to be 4th and about 3 or 4. I think they can decide where it should be spotted on the sideline across the way. 62-0 your score. Clock winding down to an even 6 minutes remaining in the contest here. Ball carrier is taken down after a minimal gain on the carry. In on the stop defensively for the Rams will be Jeffrey Douglas. He's a freshman, 180-pounder. There'll be a turnover on downs here. Rams will be in business offensively once again, 1st and 10 from deep within Montgomery County territory. Inside the red zone around the 19.
Yeah, really the only question right now remaining in this game is whether Ken or myself is going to get the closest pick on the score, because we picked the score coming down here, and he picked 63-0. I picked 66-0. So I need one more touchdown here.
Okay. 1st and 10. We'll go the Vardaman Rams as Matt Long sets his offense. Goes to the first man through. Pick up of 2 or 3 rough, tough running guards right out the gut there.
Right back where?
And in this case, it's going to be 44, who guys I don't see a listing for. 44. Perhaps you might enlighten me on who 44 is for the Vardaman Rams. Anyway, that's going to be a pickup about 3 yards, bring up a 2nd down here, what looks to be about 7 to go for the first. No takers on the 44, huh?
Not sure. Tom Rathman, maybe.
Okay. Matt Long out of the offset 2-man eye in the backfield. Pitch sweep goes on the near side going to Armstrong. Armstrong got running room now. He's at the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Vardaman. Demario Armstrong, running back. He's a freshman, 145-pounder. Got the call and hit pay dirt from around 19 yards away, somewhere in that neighborhood. Put 6 more up on the board for the Rams. And who's leading in our contest now, Don?
Well, looks like I just won that tan Dodge truck that was on the line here tonight.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. On to attempt the PAT for Vardaman, as usual, will be Jose Guerrero. He is a freshman kicker, 155-pounder. Been very effective this season. Late special teams member checking in for the Rams. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up. He's got the distance and he's got the accuracy. Guerrero adds the exclamation point to make it a 69-0 ball game with 4:22 remaining in the 4th quarter. All right, Don, we've talked about SEC. I still haven't heard your picks for the week.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and reveal my upset special of the week. I'm going to go with Louisville over Southern Mississippi.
Everybody gets a good snicker here in the press box.
Well, we'll see. That's all I got. You can't pick Tennessee over South Carolina and call that an upset now, Mitchell.
Well, wait a minute now. Hold on. They were playing at SC. I mean,
I predicted that one too, so that was easy. He didn't go out on the limb at all.
Ken, they're making a big sacrifice tonight, coming down here, showing his support for Vardaman, missing the BYU game here tonight.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Take a look at that crowd across the way. Not too many people have left here on the Vardaman, over there on the Vardaman side, as they have hung in here for the route here tonight, and they've had an opportunity to see a lot of different people play.
Kick's going to be fielded around the 25-yard line on a return across the way and knocked out of bounds. That's going to be Aaron Purnell with the kick return for the Hornets. They'll be in business once again offensively, trying to salvage something out of the offensive efforts on the evening. Perhaps try to put a score up on the board.
Stay with us after the game. We'll have our post-game show here for you from Montgomery County, and looks like this one's going to be over in a little less than 2 hours. So it's been a quick one, and of course they're letting the clock run. The Rams have been able to put points on the board pretty much at will.
We talked to Ole Miss Arkansas earlier. Of course, the MSU Bulldogs go to Lexington to face the Wildcats of Kentucky Saturday as well. What's your give on that game?
Well, Mississippi State obviously I think has a better football team, but Kentucky is due for an upset. They've had some close losses. Lost at home to Georgia. Had a chance to beat South Carolina and let that one slip away. Key to the football game is them protecting Lorenzen. If he has all kind of time back there to throw, then Kentucky could pull off an upset. But if they get in the backfield, Mary O'Hagan and Dorset Davis, who's the only guy on the state team bigger than Lorenzen, if he can get in the backfield, then, I think State will win the game by a couple of touchdowns probably. Kentucky's going to have to score a lot of points to win.
Well, we'll just may have to suit out Pork Chop Womack and let him do some signal calling for the Bulldogs Saturday, too, try to even up the score as far as quarterback weight is concerned. No doubt about that. 2nd and 10, we'll go the Hornets here, operating from their own 34-yard line. Aaron Purnell out of the single sit back in the backfield, pitch sweep on the near side, going to Chris Bibbs. Bibbs going to be hammered down around the 45-yard line. Should be enough yardage to justify a Montgomery County first down.
Yeah, Pork Chop Womack.
Signal Hill Bluegrass.
For the year, I believe, with that knee injury. Of course, you think about it if you had to carry that much weight around. But I'll tell you, we got a man here tonight, Jawayne Horton. He's a little bit bigger than Pork Chop. You might want to call him Porterhouse Horton.
6'5", 350, and he's just a sophomore. Here from Montgomery County, he's got some more growing to do, if you can believe that. 1st and 10, we'll go the Hornets from their own 44-45. Pitch sweep on the right side. Trying to find a block, cutting back cross field, and taken down around the midfield stripe. And that was Chris Bibbs with a carry for the Hornets, 5'6", 178. He's a junior.
Hey, guys, I need to keep the debate open about the Dodge truck that we're debating over. He said 66-0, and I said 63-0. We're both 3 apart on the numbers there, so we need to do this timeshare thing on Mitchell's truck.
I don't think so, fellas. I'm sorry, but I know who pays the bills for that pickup, so you're both out of luck tonight.
I'm not sure I understand how you figure that, Ken.
we both missed it by 3 is what I'm saying. We got to have some timeshare on the truck now.
Oh, did you have 72-0?
2nd and 5 facing the Hornets here. Pass is incomplete. It's intended for tight end Douglas Butts. Clock continues to move at 59 seconds and counting. 69-0 your score. Guys, we need a player of the game.
That's going to take some thought. A lot of people have had some significant plays here tonight. May have to wait until it's over and take a look at the stat sheet and just see exactly. I don't know that there's one man that's really stood out.
My vote goes to Odie Armstrong. 3rd and 5 facing the Hornets here. Quarterback rolls slightly left, passes in the air. It's going to be caught. Great grab on the part of Sharon McCaskill. Come down with a catch. It'll be enough room for the sticks to move the cross away. It'll be 1st and 10 for Montgomery County. I think Odie was our player of the game. The first game we covered this year, or one of the first games we covered at Carter Field at Vardaman. And perhaps it should be only suiting that Odie receives the MVP of the last regular season game here from Montgomery County. What do you guys think?
I agree with you. Ken and myself both think Odie Armstrong's the man. 5 carries, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, I believe. As you see them, they just dumped the Gatorade or the water over on assistant coach.
And he didn't
Coach
move.
Haynes.
He didn't move. He stood deadly still. Ice is still laying on the field across the way.
And now they finally got Coach Bray.
Dumping a whole cooler on him. A lot of jubilant Rams across the way. Quarterback rolls right, looks downfield, passes away. It's going to be caught. Great catch on the part of Douglas Butts, I think. Came down with the grab. Butts is a freshman, 175-pounder, 6 feet 2 inches tall at the tight end position.
You think, that linebacker Carson
Group, and they'll be
doing that first time I think I remember seeing a guy get dumped with the Gatorade was Bill Parcells.
Well, I tell you what, he started a trend.
back with us in just a moment.
One more play, maybe, and that's it. 15 seconds to go.
Little NFL trivia being thrown at you by Don Brooks this evening. Aaron Purcell wants to throw. Pass over the middle is picked off. Great pick on a part of the Rams. In this case, it's going to be Derek Nelson. Nelson is a sophomore, 130-pounder, came up with a great INT for Vardaman.
Well, Mitchell, the Rams have plenty of time if they want to score one more time.
10 seconds remaining on the clock. A lot of cowbells across the way being rung for these Vardaman Rams.
I knew you would have to find one negative in Vardaman's output tonight.
Well, it's a funny thing. You don't see any rebel flags being waved, do you? Oh, my goodness. ACC supposedly outlawing any artificial noise
Is Jules Barnett.
conference games, but as you and I well know, a lot of people slip those cowbells in every Saturday that they play over at Scott Field.
New quarterback in for the Rams.
This is Chad Dawsett. The countdown is on. 3, 2, 1. This one's history. Vardaman 69, Montgomery County 0 as the Vardaman Rams finish an unblemished regular season in this 2000 campaign. A lot of jubilant Rams out on the field, celebrating as well they should be. What about it, Kenny? Any closing statistics you want to make here or whatever?
Odie Armstrong, again, 5 rushes, 210 yards, 4 touchdowns, our player of the game for tonight.
We're going to go down to the field here in just a few moments and hopefully talk to Odie and Coach Brave. And first, let's tell you the rest of our sponsors tonight. Custom Coverage Insurance in Bruce, Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear, Bucks One Stop in Calhoun City, Hunter's Hollow in Oxford, Weyerhaeuser Company in Bruce, also Kelwood Company and Kelwood Factory Outlet, and the Gold Exchange in Calhoun City. So we'll be with you next week as the Wildcats will be at home. We're not sure of the opponent yet. It'll be the winner of the French Camp Greenville St. Joseph ball game tomorrow night, and we look forward to that ball game coming up here next Friday night. We're going to go down to the field here in just a few moments, and Mitchell, any final thoughts before we go down?
I'll tell you what, this is an exciting team this year for the Vardaman Rams. They've gave their fans more than their money's worth all season long, and let's wish the Rams continued success.
Gift this Christmas from
playoffs.
We'll take a break and be back here with more of the Ward Shortstop postgame show after these messages. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ward Shortstop Player of the Game as we're talking to Odie Armstrong, the senior. 5 touches tonight, rushes for 210 yards, and Odie, that's a pretty good average, about 40 yards per carry. You guys came out tonight, and really your focus was just to go undefeated this season and come out of this game healthy going into the playoffs, and you accomplished both of those.
Yeah, we knew that starting the season we could go 11-0. You know, it's just a matter of fact you want to go out and do it, and we've been proving every Friday night we can do it.
You guys are averaging over 50 points per game, only giving up less than 5 a game. It's a good combination of offense and defense, but now the second season begins, it gets a little bit tougher.
Yeah, we'll celebrate, the regular season, but now we're going to have to concentrate on the big deal, playoffs.
I know your ultimate goal is to bring that state championship, the first, back to Vardaman, and of course this your senior year. It'd be a great way to end a career at Vardaman, and I know you're 4 more games away from it right now.
Yeah, that's one of my goals, help lead us get our first state championship here in Vardaman. I'm going to do my best, try to get it there.
Well, Odie, congratulations, and I think you had our play of the game tonight. I don't think you saw that guy when he was coming at you, and you just looked around, there he was, and you ran right over him for a touchdown.
Yeah, I like not to saw him. I saw him in the corner of my eye, and that's when...
Odie, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you next week at home. It'll be probably either against French Camp or Greenville St. Joe. Good luck.
Thank you.
Continuing on now with our post-game report, I'm with head coach Mark Bray of the Vardaman Rams. Coach, congratulations on an undefeated year this 2000 campaign.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The kids really played hard and worked hard all year.
They certainly have. I know you got the postseason coming up, and as they say, it's the second season coming up. And you made a comment earlier that no more boring games left this year.
Right. The easy part's over now. We've got to line up and for sure be ready every week now.
I think you've got, I know you've got home field advantage next Friday night at Carter Field. Either be playing against French Camp or Greenville St. Joe. Is that correct?
Right. We'll play the winner of that game. They play tomorrow night.
Play tomorrow night. You got a scouting report on either team you might want to give some inside information on here?
No, we don't know a whole lot. We're going to scout them tomorrow and sort of go from there.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Coach, on a great year and continued success throughout the playoffs.
Appreciate it.
Well, everyone, another successful outing tonight for the Vardaman Rams, as we talked about 11-0 in the season, perfect season, and just another big win here tonight, 69-0 over Montgomery County. And you know, a lot of people look at this, Mitchell. You have to wonder: is Vardaman that good, or is the competition just not up?
In the Oxford Mall, and
I think maybe a mixture of both. I think we're going to see the real Vardaman team come down the stretch here during the playoffs. And, of course, as we talked about here a moment or two ago with Odie and Coach Bray, you're going to have some quality teams you're going to have to face in the playoffs. It's unfortunate that Vardaman can't have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, but, of course, we know that won't be the scenario. But this is going to be interesting going down the stretch. We talked about Durant earlier. They're undefeated this year. And who knows, these two might meet up before they get to Jackson, and what a ball game that will be.
Well, Ken, with a 69-point outburst tonight, Vardaman goes over 600 points in 11 games. That's pretty tremendous if you look at it, break that down, averaging up in the mid-50s per game. Offense, unbelievable this year. Defense, equally as successful.
Very impressive if you look at the fact, again, that when they run the clock in the second half, they take out the first string. They could have 80-0 scores if they wanted to, so we're looking at a lot of points. They could have scored over 800 points this year probably.
You're exactly right. And Odie Armstrong, our player of the game, only had 210 yards, but it was 5 carries. He could have had a whole lot more, but Coach Bray elects to keep everybody healthy, and that's a good decision going into the playoffs. We'll be with you next week from Vardaman, as the Rams will host either French Camp or Greenville St. Joseph, as Coach said. We look forward to that as our game of the week on TV7 and TV34. So for Rob Morgan, Mitchell Johnson, and Ken Johnson, I'm Don Brooks saying so long. We'll see you next time, everyone.